It's day 7 of VEDIJ, and this might be a bit of a quiet one because I'm actually in the library. Shh. As you can see behind me, you've got lots of books. I'm in the children's section, so there's not a lot of people here. Most of the people are just the really serious studiers who are sitting outside trying to study. So I'm just going to sit here until one of them yells at me. I'm just admiring all of the books that they have. I mean, I love this book. I just absolutely love this book, and I don't know why they have it in the children's section, because, like, it's dystopian literature. I read that now. Okay, to be fair, Lord of the Flies was a nightmare. But, just... These are all books I wish I was able to read, and they're in the children's section. And I'm not a child, and I don't know why they think children would read this stuff. Well, okay. When I was younger, I was reading that stuff, but still. The Rise and Fall of Adolf Hitler. We put that in the children's literature section. We've got some serious children up here. So I have a couple things I want to talk to you guys about today. So but I mean to keep this short because, like I said, I'm in the library and it's pretty late at night. Or, I mean, it's not that late at night for a college student, but it's late at night for walking home from the library. First things first, I wanted to send out a quick apology to a friend of mine who I was just talking to on the phone, and from all intents and purposes, it looks like I hung up on you, but my battery died. So I just apologize. I don't hate you. I really want to finish our phone conversation, just the fates are against it tonight. I will call you later. Well, actually, I will see you later this weekend because you said you were coming into town, and I will hold you to that. And so I will see you this weekend when you come into town. And we will catch up then, because I'm not going to be able to catch up between now and then. I've just... Second of all, I had a really good conversation with a different friend. I mean, I have many friends, and I've had great conversations with many of them this week. And a lot of different things that I'm sort of chewing over in my mind, but one in particular, I guess it's sort of not really... I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out how to put it into words, because it was like something he said that he didn't mean to say. Well, he meant to say, but he was like trying to figure out if that was something that I had said, and I said, no, that's not what I'm saying, and the point is that it was something that neither of us really meant, but, like, got mentioned anyway, and I've just been turning it over and over in my mind, and I guess if I were to put it into words, I would say that God doesn't... I've got it. God is not William Faulkner. When he writes the story of your life, I'm gonna get a little cheesy here. When he writes the story of your life, he doesn't write a chapter, make it as confusing as possible and as deep as possible, and you have to tangle and tease through a bunch of little pieces, and then put right next to it an entirely unrelated chapter about something completely different. I mean, there isn't that break in between. It's more smooth than that. You can't just say, oh, during this period of my life, and mark specific days, God was trying to teach me X, and in this specific part of my life, mark the specific days, God was trying to teach me Y. There's flux there, there's crossover. So I was saying something about how I felt like during the fall I was being taught one thing, but during the spring and summer I was being taught another thing. And I was sort of, in my mind, I was marking those as two separate events, like two separate ways of thinking, two separate chapters of my life, to use the previous metaphor. But when he sort of brought the idea up that they could be two facets of the same thing, And here I thought, the ideas in of themselves were pretty multifaceted to begin with. But then the idea of, like, they could be both two facets of something even bigger. I don't know, like I said, I'm still chewing over it. So I'm not exactly sure what the big takeaway is going to be from this. And I may not even know what the big takeaway is for many, many years. That's why it's called life. With an exclamation point. But yeah, that's just one of the things I've been chewing over the past couple days. I guess the other would have to be college, which I know that's a pretty wide topic, but just in general, I mean, this time is really valuable and really unique, and that is something that I definitely didn't understand last year. Just how special this time is, where you can strike up a conversation with somebody, and a week later they're your best friend. I mean, there's just this openness to friendships and relationships and ideas and ways of life, and just everything just sort of comes together and crosses over. And if you haven't known me as an Italian before, you definitely know me as one now. I speak with my hands. If you have not noticed this in me before, you don't know me. I'm sorry. To burst your bubble there. Ooh, I love that book. This is me in a library. I taught. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, okay. Anyway, this was not a good idea. I just want to read now. I need to read. What was I talking about? College. The unique experience that we have in college. I don't know. I just feel like I haven't taken advantage of that to the fullest. But if you're interested in... Ooh, that looks really good. The Book of Indian Crafts and Indian Lore. Okay. ADD, girl. ADD. Come on. Oh, I'm so tired. If this sounds like a conversation, if you know me in person, and this sounds like a conversation you would be interested in having more in depth, please come talk to me, or text me, or Facebook me, or something me, because this is like a half-formed thought that sort of popped into my head via a conversation with a friend, and I really need some other people's input to shape the idea. I had a rough day today. Got really homesick. Actually looked up ticket prices for a week visit home before school starts. In that week right before I move in. The cost of the ticket plus the hours that I would lose at work. It's just too much for me over the summer. So if anything, I would have to fly one way, and then make my parents do the other half, which would not be great. So I probably am just going to just see them when they come up in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm really homesick. So, I guess the moral of the story is I need to be very deliberate about my free time. I either need to be deliberately with people or deliberately having time to myself. Because this floating around sort of with people, sort of not with people, it just stresses me out. And it works well when I have a home to go to. When I have a sublet, a nice sublet, but when I have a sublet with people that I don't know, with people that I don't love, I love them, but I don't, they're not family or really close friends, you know, there's not that home feeling there. It's not good for me, apparently. Yeah, that's how my day went. That's how I'm doing, what I'm thinking and feeling. I will talk to you guys later. I love you, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye. The